Tell, Cockerel. He's just a true guy. You'll have a true time. Tell, Cockerel. Leave your troubles at the door. You know the game, you know the score. We're here to have fun, so holster that gun and read the writing on the wall. The Predictions League, done every week. It just goes on and 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 on. Why do I always get it wrong? Tell, Cockerel. He's just a chill guy. You'll have a chill time. Tell, Cockerel. Jose gets himself around, always talking Spurs wherever he is found, home or away. He always tips to win, throws the form book in the bin with a cheeky knowing grin. Tell, Cockerel. He's just a chill guy. You'll have a chill time. Tell, Cockerel. The Predictions League, done every week. It just goes on and on and on and on. Why do I always get it wrong? Every time I play along. Tell, Cockerel. The show is so chilled, your time is well filled. If you want good friendly chat, then here's where it's at. Tell, Cockerel. It just goes on and 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 on. Why do I always get it wrong? Tell, Cockerel. The show is so chill, your time is well filled. If you want good friendly chat, then here's where it's at. Tell, Cockerel.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tell Cockerel Week 3 predictions, where we play two interactive games and online interactive games and the live interactive game that we do here. Good afternoon, good evening, or a good morning, depending on where you are watching from in the world, and for those that end up watching on playback. Today is Friday, the 29th of August. It's now 7 minutes past 4 in the afternoon in the UK, and I welcome you all in. Has there been news? Is there news? I'm going to have to rely on you guys, and I'll say why. Let me say hello to people first, and then I'll give you my point of view. So, big up Jose first for once, says Ryan, and I don't know whether he means that he's first in here for once or whether he's first in the league still for once. But good afternoon to you, Ryan T. I hope you're well. Kuva was here, says big up Jose and all in the chat. Good afternoon, Kuva. Hope you're well, sir. Scott C. Good evening to you, Scott. I hope you are well, Scott. Nice to see you here. Just a little bit of housekeeping there for people. Smashing the like for the stream on your way in, but preferably before we switch the lights off. And if you're new here, come and subscribe. And if you're fully engaged, consider a membership. Richard is here. He says hi all. Good afternoon to you, Richard. Archer is here. Says up Jose in chat. Good afternoon, Archer. Ronnie is here. Good afternoon, Ronnie. Drula says, afternoon, Jose and the Cockerel crew. Ryan is saying, Simmons is in. Let's go. Chris P's here. He says, afternoon, Jose and all the chat. We got Shavy. Have we? Good afternoon to you, Chris. I hope you're well. Darren, Razzle Dazzle. Good afternoon, Jose and all. Good afternoon, sir. I hope you're well. Good afternoon, Jess. I hope you're well, Jess. Nice to see you. Good afternoon. Anne, flexing her 12-month member badge, saying smash the likes. Good old Jess. Thank you for your support. Side Dancer says choo choo. Afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Side. I hope you're well. Drew is saying Chevy Simmons is now officially a Tottenham Hotspur player. 5 plus 2 years. Everything signed at all ends. Announcement on the way. I'm waiting for an announcement. Graham is here. Says, afternoon, Jose. I hope you're well. I am, sir. I hope you are too. Carl Simpson says, Akanji's on his way today as well. Then a couple of more, says Carl Simpson. People saying hello to each other. Then you got Dazza, the original Dazza, top Spurs. Says, good afternoon, Jose in the chat. Shabby to Spurs. What a signing. Come on, you Spurs. Chris Peters says he's ecstatic. Good afternoon. Ian says, happy Shabby Simmons Day, everyone. There's more to come to, I gather. Adam, good afternoon to you. Adam is here. He says, Lookman and Akanji Orake, and I'll be a happy bunny, says Adam. Again, the housekeeping is there for people that are coming in, like the stream. What does it say? Yeah, smash a like for the stream as you're in before you leave. And if you're new, subscribe. And if you want to be fully engaged, become a member. Paige is here. She says, good afternoon, Pete. Good afternoon, Paige. I hope you're well. Adam says that Kudos and Simmons will create chaos. James is here. He says, good afternoon, Jose. I hope you're well. I am, sir. I hope you are as well. Mr. Allen is around. Says, hi, Jose in chat. Good morning to you, Alan. Jack is about, hello. Jack says, have I missed anything? Not yet. We haven't started yet. I'm saying hello to people who've popped into the show. Razzle Dazzle. Darren says, Frank's press conference was good. Listen, not giving anything away, but said it's hopeful. Spurs getting good news today. Still can't understand Vuskovic going on loan, says Adam. Let's get Lookman. And that is me saying hello to everyone in the chat. Everyone is saying hello to each other. Right. My opinion on this, right, because I've been asked by people and I've been frankly honest. Do you like that? Frankly honest. So for me, and I will say there's 27 people watching at the moment on YouTube alone and only 20 likes. Oh, that's a bit not right, is it? For this show, especially. Right, for my opinion on this is I don't know enough about the player. And I'm brutally honest. I don't watch the player. I haven't watched him. I don't religiously go and watch German football to watch Xavi Simmons play. I've noticed that Xavi Simmons, when I've gone to look at Xavi Simmons in the past, it's when the Dutch side have played and they've been on the box. And when the Dutch side have played, invariably Simmons has been on the subs bench. He's not been a starter. I've hardly seen him play. So I know that people are bringing stats out and people are looking at wagon wheel type things and stuff like that. And there are people out there that have seen this chap play more than me and will probably have a better opinion in their own eyes because everyone watches football from their own eyes. But I don't know enough about the player. Now, if I go by what I'm led to believe without seeing him play from other people, right? And it's the majority of people are all saying that this is going to be this guy is a top signing, right? Is what I'm being told. But as I said, I haven't seen this guy play. But people are saying he is a top signing. Now, if that's the case and he is a top signing, then happy days. I haven't seen him play, so I really can't comment on him. Saying that, we've got someone on X, and I don't know why it's appeared and it's gone, but they say that he's a good player, but he doesn't press. So like I said, for me, I'll reserve judgment till I see him play. I'm also referring judgment. I spoke to Phil P. A lot of you know Phil P. I had a chat with Phil P. about an hour ago because we're going to meet up at tomorrow's game because I'm at the Bournemouth match tomorrow. And I said to Phil, look, exactly like I'm telling you guys now. I said to Phil, I don't know enough about the player. I haven't seen him play. Relying on stats and relying on what other people say, but I've not seen him with my own eyes. I don't know too much about him. Heard his name, but never seen him play. But I did say to Phil that for me also, it's all right saying he signed a 5+2. It's all right saying that he's coming for X amount of money. It's all right, all these people saying that here we goes, everything's signed, everything agreed. That's fantastic. Happy days. Knock yourselves out. Brilliant. For me, I said to Phil, and I'll say it to you guys as well, when he's holding the shirt up and the ink is dry and they start and he's in our premises, either he's at Hotspur Way or he's at our stadium and he's being presented and they do all the socials of the new signing and that's when I know he is a definite Tottenham player. So Phil P said to me, is it because of what happened with Morgan Gibbs White and Eze? And I said, no. I said it's a history of what's happened to Tottenham because we can go back through the annals of time when things have been said that someone's had medicals, people were in a cab, people were in helicopters, people were doing all sorts, and we've ended up losing players to other teams. So for that reason, I was said to Phil P that I will be a made man when he signs on the dotted line. So I'm just waiting to see the socials. When the socials come out, then I'll be a happy person. But until then, take everything with a pinch of salt. But I'm happy that a lot of you are stoked and a lot of you are happy. But yeah, I'm going to wait to see whether he signs on the dotted line. Richard is saying, smash the likes, people. Sai says, I watch a lot of German football and I'm very excited. Sai, as I said, it'd be unfair for me to pass judgment on someone that I haven't seen play. So, as I said, quite clearly, Sai, I'm relying on other people, but we all look at football and we all have different opinions. So, I'd like to see the player with my own eyes. Not seen the player play, so I've heard, but I've not seen the players play. Chris is saying, is this members only still? Yeah, the part of the show that we do the normal predictions, where it's interactive with you guys, I'm only taking scores from members. I've left it open to everyone. So if people do want to become a member, they can do, but it will be open to members only. So if people put scores in and they're not a member, they won't count in this part of the game. Then we've got Paige says, he is talented, Jose, but attitude worries me a bit, to be fair. But a proper coach can work on that with Xavi. I will say, tongue in cheek, I asked for Xavi, and I said the name Xavi. And I'm not saying which Xavi it was, but I did say I asked for Xavi about 6 months ago. We have got a Xavi. That's all I can say. We have got a Xavi. Whether it's the Xavi that I'm intended or not, a Xavi is, it's a Xavi, and a Xavi's come. I did ask for this about 7 months ago. Ed M's here says, afternoon, how's the chat? Good afternoon, Ed. I hope you're well. Adam McFarlane says, Frank's system will make him press. Tot Spurs says, Xavi does press. He will fit the system well, is what Daz says. Ronnie, Thomas Frank, when asked if Spurs fans can expect good news, I hope they get good news later today. I hope so too. And Quez is here. Good morning, Quez. I hope you're well. I know that it's morning time for you, mate, because you're over the pond. But a very good morning to you, Quez. I hope you're well. Arthur says, an awful lot of ITKs would look very silly if somehow freakishly didn't go through now. Archer, how many of these ITKs have looked foolish already by telling us that Morgan Gibbs White was having a medical the following day after we signed Skoudos? A lot of these people said that we had Eze over the line. At the end of the day, do they care? You've got to remember the amount of people that engage. I think they earn money from the amount of people that engage with their accounts, especially on XCOM. And then from the XCOM, they've got these other things where they do, you can become members to their daily news or the weekly news or whatever they do. They make so much money out of it. So the ITKs will put anything out there to gain traction. So they didn't really care much when the Gibbs White stuff was going on. They didn't they didn't care much when the Eze stuff was going on. I don't think they care much about what's going on now. We just have to wait and see what happens. What else we got? We've got Shemtam is here. Says, good afternoon, Mr. Bossman. I hope you're all well. Am I too late? No, I'm just about to start. All I was doing was catching up with the news and giving my point of view on matters, because I'm reading everybody's matters, or everybody's comments. Madam McFarlane says a 5-year contract with an option of further 2 years. Mikey Romero. Good afternoon, Mikey. Says afternoon. We'll see if I can get in a few predictions before class. Mikey, I hope you're well, sir. Nice to see you. Ed M says that he believes that announcement might be made while I'm on air. Well, if it is, I'm sure that you're all going to tell me. Carl Simpson saying, I heard we are going for Gallagher as well. Don't know how true. Well, that's Gallagher. That's Ake. That's Akanji. That's Rogers. That's Savino. The names just keep coming out. But none of these people, Carl, are wearing my shirt at the moment. When they're wearing a shirt, I'll go from there. Daniel's here, says, smash the like button. Good afternoon, Dan. I hope you are well, sir. Ryan Tristan says, how do you say Xavi in Spanish, if you're half Spanish, right, Jose? Xavi. Says exactly how you say it, Xavi. Xavi is Javier. But in short, they shorten Javier to Xavi. Saruba on X says, Jose, what I meant was doesn't press efficiently like Wilson presses, but not as well as Kudos. Come on, you Spurs. And that's coming from Sarab. I hope I've not butchered your name, mate, but you're an X making that comment. I can see your comment on, but it's not showing for some reason on the stage. But I can see your comment, mate. So I've read it out because you're in. Drula says, Matt Law tweeted, signed, sealed, announcement soon. When the announcement's made, Drula, I'll be a made man like I told Phil P. Henry's here. Good afternoon. Henry says, come on, you Spurs. And then Carl Simpson says, so negative, Jose. We are Spurs. We are bred on delusion, says Carl. Fantastic. Right. Before we get cracking, let me get the first right. So, first and foremost, I get the other 2 games out of the way. For people that haven't entered yet, they're free of charge. Follow this link and put in this code, and you can enter the LTEL Cockerel Predict the Prem football. For those people that haven't seen it before, let me just have a quick show before we start with the main stuff. Predict the Prem is where's Predict the Prem? It's Predict the Prem's up here. Right. So there's Predict the Prem. There's the league. We currently have 50 players signed up for it. But at the moment, 23 people have taken part. In this one, you get to predict scores. And from predicting scores, like last week, which I hear, you score points on goal difference for goals scored, goals conceded. And like you can see, it does it all automatically for you. All you do is you enter your scores. And not to give too much away, I'm going to go to week 6. Don't know who we're playing then, but you go into the week and you enter your predictions. So at the moment, I'm going to go Brentford 3, Man United 0. Right, that's what I'm entering. You have till the minute that this game kicks off to change your scoreline and lock it in for proper. If I heard the press conference for this game in 5 weeks' time, and they said that Brentford had 4 players out missing, and 2 of them were strikers and 2 of them were centre backs, I may reconsider my score, knowing that Man United are at full pelt. So I might even change that scoreline before the game starts to 1-2, and then lock it in like that. So the beauty of this, it's free of charge to enter, people. But the beauty of this is that you can enter your scores and up to the point a minute before kickoff. Yeah. So that's Predict the Prem. And like I said, I showed the league table, which shows that we've currently got 50 people signed up and 23 have played. Free of charge. The code's in the chat and the link is in the chat if you want to play. The next game that we play is Fantasy Football, which is another one that's free of charge. And in this one, we have... All right, here we go. Leagues and Cups. LTEL Cockerel. Here we go. So LTEL Cockerel, we currently have 61 players playing in the LTL Cockerel League. And again, the link I will put in the chat now. So we're only 2 weeks in, so it's not too late to start. Loads of points can be made up over the next 36 Premiership games. But you've got 52 points. Smithy's only done 1 week. And then apart from that, the person who's at the top is our Ryan T, who's in the chat. And Ryan T is up there on 142 points. Never too late to enter. But if people want to enter that, that is also free of charge. And I'm going to put the link into the chat. So if people want to enter fantasy football, the link is now in the chat. And Ryan's already posting, try and catch me. Fighting talk from Ryan is only 2 weeks in. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. Right. So people, that's where you can find 2 of the games. So you've got Predict the Premiership, right? Which is there, predicttheprem.com. There's the link and there's a code that gets you into our league. And then you've also got Fantasy Premier League, and there's the code that gets you into our league as well. Edem says he sold Eze this week, not having that shithawk in my squad. Fair enough. Right. For the next part, this is the interactive game that we play. For the next part, you've got to be a member. The member link is pinned into the chat. If you want to partake in predictions, you need to be a member. You're more than welcome to hit that membership, and then you can start. I will only take scores from members. So without further ado, we start with the first game tomorrow, which is Chelsea versus Fulham at 12:30. What are your predictions, please, people? And whilst I'm there, there's 37 people watching us at the moment and only 23 likes. God, there's something wrong with that in there. Right, so I've got Drooler at 2-1. 2-1 for Drooler. Let me see. 2-1 Drooler. I have a 2-1 for Jess. Jess, 2-1. I have a 2-2 for Shemtam. Shem. Shemtam's predicting a 2-2 draw in this game. Right, so we've got Shemtam in at 2-2. Then we have a 2-1 for Edem. Edem. Edem's gone for a 2-1. And then I've got 2-1 for James, Alan, and Carl. Alan. Carl. James, let me find James. Where's James? There's James there. I'm going to nick some of these 2-1s first. Hold on. And then I've got... have I got any more 2-1s? And 3-1, 3-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-0. 3-1, 1-1. Right, so I've got no more there. 2-1s. The next score I have coming in is Chris P on a 3-1. Mr. Chris Peters on a 3-1. Any more 3-1? Side Dancer's gone for a 3-1. Size 3-1. We have Sai in at 3-1. I have Tot Spurs at 3-1. Dazza. There's Dazza. Let me find Dazza. There he is. Dazza at 3-1. I then have Archer says 3-1. Archer at 3-1. Right. So the next game I've got after 3, I've got 3-0 coming in from El Tel Cockerel. I have a 3-0 coming in from Ryan Tristain. 3-0. I have a 3-0 from Graham. Graham in for a 3-0. Richard is at 3-0. We have Richard. And then again, sorry, just to say to people to confirm, we have 3 bonus predictions as well, like we normally do, but we've got 3 again. Ronnie is going for a tool draw. Let me get Ronnie in there on a tool draw. And there was another tool that I've missed, Mikey Romero. Mikey with a 2-all draw. Who I have Mikey as well. And then I've got Coover at 1-all. Coover. Which means I'm missing quite a few. I saw Jack Razzle Dazzle was here earlier. And am I missing all their scores? Or if it's me that's jumped the gun? Razzle Dazzle. Ian's 2-0. Ian Meth 2-0. Jack 3-0. So I've missed Jack at 3-0. Where's Jack? I know I've seen you, Jack. I'm just trying to catch up and put you in there. Right. I've got Jack Razzle Dazzle 2-1. I've got Razzle Dazzle in there. Right, so Scott C, I've got Scott C, haven't I? I think I know Scott C. Where's Scott C's 1-0? Right, so if I call out your name, it means I've not received a score from you. Right? These are from the people that played last week. So maybe they're not here. Colin Blackshaw, Nita, Daz Reynolds, Neil, Paul G. No Brett May, Ben Kaufman, Vindaloo, Peter, Ellie, David, Dekaru, Nick. They're the people that are missing from last week that I haven't got scores from. FPS. Oh, yeah, you're making me laugh. Don't make me blush, FPS. Don't make me blush. So the people that are here at the moment, I've called out the names. They're the people that I haven't got scores from. So if I haven't got scores from you, it's because you haven't entered them, which means I'm going to go on to the next game. The next game, or our second game of the week, is Manchester United versus Burnley, please. 3:00 tomorrow. What say you in the crowd? What is the score line going to be for this game? Right, so we have got some people coming in today, haven't we? Right, Scott C's the first one I can see. He's coming with a 2-0. Scott C, 2-0. Thanks, Jess. I was just about to go and do it. I've just gone into YouTube to just about go and do it. Thank you very much, Jess. Sorry, where was I? 2-0 for Scott C. Two 0 for Scott C. 2-0 for Drula. 2-0 for Graham. A 2-0 for Ronnie. 2-0 for James. Neil, start now. You've only missed one game, so start now. Bear with me a second. I've just seen what you've put down there. Oh, my Lord. Where have these people all come from? Car. Bear with me a second. Right. Changed it. been changed to member chat only now. Where are these people all coming from? Right, bear me a second. Right, there we go. Right, so I'm back to where I was. Who did I last put in there? I put James in at 2-0. Right, so I think I've got to the 2-0s. And then if I work myself back, Jack has gone 0-2. So Jack, where's Jack? Jack. 0-2 for Jack. A 1-2 for Alan. A 3-0 for Eltel. A 2-1 for Razzle Dazzle. A 2-0 for Graham, which I've done. A 2-1 for Jess. Just done. I've got any more 2-1s. Carl Simpson's on a 2-1. Um, 2-0 for James. 2-2. 2-1 for Chris Peters. Chris is in there as well. 2-1-2, 3-1-1-2. 2-1 for Archer. Archer's in. Right, so Neil says 2-all. Right, Neil, where's Neil? Right, Neil, you've just missed Chelsea Fulham, Neil. So if you want to put your Chelsea Fulham score in, mate, I'll take that off you. Neil's gone 2-all. Neil's gone 1-all Man U. Okay, sorry, I've done it the wrong way around. Okay, don't worry, Neil, I've got you now. 2-all for the first game, 1-all for the second game. Right, I've got you done. 1-all. Archer says 2. Shemtam is 1-2. Shemtam 1-2. Tot Spurs 3-1. Tot Spurs. Tot Spurs 3-1. Ryan T 2-all. And then I've got a 1-all for Sai. Above that, I've got Mikey Romero at 1-0. Richard 2-2. Richard. Where's Richard? Richard, there's Richard. I've got Richard at 2-2. Ian Meth 0-1. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that you've got a few people that support it for the rest, because I decided to have, I was only going to take the scores from members, but let everybody have a, you know, even the subscribers and that, you can still comment and have a laugh with the people that are here. But yeah, you get some absolute planks, but you get that in all walks of life. So, right, let me see. Who am I missing? Who am I missing? I'm missing Cooper, I think. Man United 2, Burnley 0. You are on game number 2, Ryan. So the first game is Chelsea Fulham, Ryan. So I'm going to stick you in with the 2-0, and it's Chelsea Fulham you're missing. 0-1 for Kuba. So that means I've got Kuba's score in there as well. Right, Ryan G. Right, is Ryan G going to put his first score? I've got a 2-0 Burnley. Ryan, all I need to know from you, mate, is do you want to put in Chelsea Fulham, which is the first game? That's the only one that you've missed. And then if you give me that, then we're up to date. And then I can move on. Still looking to see if Colin B comes. Nita, Daz Reynolds, Paul G. No, Brett May. Paul G's on holiday, I believe. I know that Vindaloo's on holiday as well. Got Peter who leaves them after the stream. Ellie who's on holiday. David's after the stream. Dakar is normally after the stream. Nick, if he can remember. Right, I don't know because I can't see Ryan. Ryan. Chelsea versus Fulham. 12:30 game. If you give me that score, I can move on. He's thanking everybody. Saying big up to everyone. And all I need is Chelsea Fulham, Ryan. 3-0. Lovely. Ryan, you are up to date. Lovely. 3-0. Right. So we move on. The next game that we move on to is Sunderland versus Brentford tomorrow at 3 p.m. Sunderland Brentford tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eltel Cockerell 2-1. Drula 2-1. I'm going to nick these 2-1s first. Drula said 2-1. Tot Spurs is 2-1. Graham is 2-1. Neil is 2-1. Shemtam is 2-1. Jack is 2-1 as well. Let me get Jack's in there. Archer's 2-1. Richard is 2-1. Oh, where's Richard? Where's Richard? Richard's there. I've got Richard at 2-1. Right, so I've got the 2-1s I believe that I can see. Let me go back to the top because I was the first one to come in, weren't I? So, 2-1. Right, Scott C is 1-all. Good old Scott C is 1-all. Chris Peters is 1-all. Edem and Razzle Dazzle are both 1-all. Any more 1-alls? 1-all, 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 do 1-1. Anyone else? Jess is saying 2-1. It's not 1-all, but it's Jess's score is 2-1. I need to find Jess. Jess was here. There's Jess. All right, Richard. Did I get Richard's 2-1? I did. So it's Kuba's 1-2 now that I've got to put in there. Let me go to Kuba. Kuba is 1-2. 1-2 for Ryan G. Ryan G 1-2. Ronnie is also 1-2. Carl is 1-2. There's Carl. Here he is. There's Carl at 1-2. Right, then we've got we got a 0-2 for Alan. Alan 0-2. Ian is 2-2. Who am I missing? Right. So I need to look for James, Ryan, Ryan T. Mikey R's coming with a 2-1, so I found him. Right, so I need to find, I'll find these quite comfortably. 3-2 for Ryan T. 3-2 for Ryan T. 1-2, 1-2. Yeah, I've got yours, Ryan's fine. Got Mikey's, that's fine. Now I'm looking for James. And James. Yeah, Jack, you'll have to go back, watch the rest of the games, and then put them in after the show finishes. All right. I hope you get on well with your appointment, sir. Right, let me go back up and look. Because Edem is a different colour altogether. Edem is 1-1. Edem is 1-1. No, it's side dance I'm looking, not for Edem. What am I looking for? I'm looking for James. Stop. And James. Right. Size 1-0. So I've got And then James is 2-1. And that's it. I've got you all. Everyone that's playing so far, I've got. Right. Game number 4. Which is a game that I'll be at tomorrow. And hopefully we might, if Tottenham have acted, we might get to see some people presented before the match. Or persons. Jose has gone for 3-0 in this game. And he's quickly been followed in by a few of them. Ian and Scott have both gone for 3-0. Ian and Scott C have both gone 3-0. Cool. We've kept clean sheets so far this season, and people are saying we're going to break the duck with the clean sheets. Drula is on a 3-1. Drula 3-1. Let's get Drula on a 3-1. Jess is 3-1. Jess is 3-1. Ryan is also 3-1. Chris P is 3-1. Carl is 3-1. Archer is 3-1. Tot Spurs is 3-1. James is 3-1. Neil is 3-1. Richard is also 3-1. Richard is also 3-1. The only result I had in the Kuva was for you. It's either going to be 7-3 or 3-7. So Kuva's score will always be in there. Well, 7-3 for Kuva. A 4-1 for Mikey R. I have a 2-0 for Graham. Seven time, 3-0. 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. I've got the 3-1s. Chris Peters is 3-1. I had that as well. Ed M 2-1. Ed M 2-1 up there. Right. Look at that, Ryan T. A bit of belief. 5-0 for Ryan T. And then I've got 4-0 for Si. 3-1. 2-0 for Alan. 4-0 for Ronnie. There'll be goals, say these people. There'll be goals. Jack Spurs is not around. Razzle Dazzle's 4-1. So Jack Spurs is not about. Razzle Dazzle says 4-1. And I think that might be everybody for this game there is. And what you got down there? Jose, you're going to game tomorrow, right? A nice 10-goal thriller would do you perfectly. 10-0 victory would do me perfectly, Dan. It's quite mad because I think I'm in the south stand, in the safe standing area. You don't sit down at all. You do stand up for the whole game, hence why they call it safe standing. And against Burnley, yeah, you come back a bit hoarse from all the shouting and all the singing because everyone around you doing it, you're doing it as well, and you come back quite hoarse. So I'm expecting to be coming back hoarse tomorrow as well. Right, game number 5 for you lovely people of the weekend is it's a 3 o'clock kickoff, and it's between Wolves and Everton. Wolves versus Everton. Right, just seeing there's any 2-1s coming through the door because we started with me and Drooler on a 2-1. Totspurs is on a 2-1. James and Jess are both on 2-1s. That's James, and there's Jess on a 2-1. Richard's on a 2-1. Richard is also selected 2-1. I've got a couple of 1-1 draws coming through. So I've got Archer with a 1-1 draw. I've got Alan with a 1-1 draw. I then have Chris Peters with a 1-1 draw. Have we got anyone else up there with a 1-1 draw? No. Yes, we have. We've got Graham who's gone for a 1-1 draw. Ronnie has gone for a 1-1 draw. Razzle Dazzle. Razzle Dazzle has gone for a 0-1. Got any more 0-1s there? No, I've got a couple of 0-2s from Mr. Scott C. Mr. Scott C's on a 0-2. Yeah, people that do fantasy, you've got till tomorrow, 11 o'clock in the morning to make your changes, if you so wish. Neil was on a 0-2 as well. You can find Neil. Neil's on a 0-2. Yeah, got Neil as well. Ed M's on a 1-2. Ed M. Ed M. Ed M. Ed M. Ed M 1-2. Kuva 0-1. Mikey R, I just see your score coming through 2-1. I think Ryan T went for a 2-3, but I'm going to confirm that. 2-1, 2-1, 1-1. A Daigle for side dance. Daigle for side D. A 0-2 for Carl. Let me go and find Carl. Carl. Where's Carl? Carl 0-2. Right, Carl's a 0-2. 2-2 for Ian. A 1-1 for Shem. Right. For those of you, right. So today, if the announcements come today, right. If the announcements come today, got a question for you lot. 2-1 for Ryan G as well. Right. The announcements come today, right? If there are announcements come today, we get a positive result tomorrow, right? And so on and so forth. For those of you that know that I do a Sunday show with Chang, what's one word do you think will describe Chan on Sunday? Those of you that know Chan and watch Chan, how do you think, in one word, he will be on Sunday show? Providing we make a signing or signings and we get a positive result tomorrow, right? What is Chang going to be like? Ed M says that Chang will be ecstatic. Chris is saying that he'll be hyper. Ian Meth says that he'll just be smiling. Uncontrollable, says Carl Simpson. Is Spurs? No, Spurs haven't dropped anything yet. I'm looking to see if Spurs have done anything on their YouTube channel yet. They haven't because people are saying he's dropped that he's here. Ryan says, I've got to go. I'll put the rest in the comments. Yeah, okay, and Ryan, no problem whatsoever. Right. So the next game that we're going for is the last game of the weekend. Yeah, there's nothing on, which is Leeds versus Newcastle tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Psychopathic, says Kuva. 30 people watching, only 26 likes. Come on, people. Your game is ruined. Your game is ruined, people. Right, let's start looking for some scores. Drooler has gone 2-1. Jess is 2-1. James is 2-1. And James? If I can find James, where's James gone? James is down there. 2-1 for James. 2-1 for Sai. 2-1 for Neil. Two one for Shem. Right, a 0-1 for Scott C. I'm gonna have to work myself backwards now. 0-1 for Scott C. Then we have a 1-1. Archer's just nipped in with a 1-all. Um, 1-all. 0-1. 1-3 for Rich. 1-3 for Richard. I then have Kuva 1-all with Ryan G on a 1-all. Kuva and Ryan on a 1-all. Kuva 1-all. Ryan G. It's Paul G. That's not Ryan G, is it? That's Ryan G up there. Chris Peters is 1-1. Edem. I did Edem, didn't I? Where's Ed? Ed, 1-2. No, I haven't done Ed. But we will get Ed into that now. At 1-2. Scott, Richard, I've done. Coover, I've done. Ryan, I've done. Shemtime, I've got Ronnie. Did I get Ronnie's score? No, I haven't, but Ronnie's gone 1-3. Eltel's gone 0-3. Ian's gone 1-2. Neil, did I get yours at 2-1? I think I may well have done. Where's Neil? Yeah, I got Neil's. Razzle Dazzle at 1-2. Did I get Razzle Daz? God, where's his name's got there? Razzle Dazzle's at 1-2. Two. Ian Meth 1-2 I've got. Side Dancer I've got already. Tot Spurs 1-3. If I can find him. Right, Tot Spurs at 1-3. Graham 0-1. Alan 0-3. Right. Carl and Mikey is what I'm looking for now. Carl and Mikey, I will be able to find you two. You can't hide from me. Mikey 0-2. And I will see Carl's above it. Carl 1-2. I think that might have everybody's. Yeah, because Ryan and Jack Spurs said they'll leave them in the comments. So we are up to date. Yeah, we're up to date. He released that video from Nights with Fangs 5 minutes ago, says Daniel. It's official, says Ian. Tottenham called and he answered, video out cold. I'll have to have a look. I won't look now, obviously, because I'm on screen with you guys, but I will have to have a look. Right. The next game that we've got, which is game number 7. It's the first game on Sunday in alphabetical order, which is Brighton versus Man City, please, on Sunday. Brighton, Man City on Sunday. God, these 1-3s. I've got loads of 1-3s coming through, so I'm going to have to find a 1-3 and put that one in. Because I think Drooler was the first person in with it. Right, Drooler, 1-3. And there's a whole train of 1-3s. Razzle, Dazzle, and Tot Spurs are 1-3. Right, then I've got Jess and Neil. Jess, Neil, Sai, Ian, and then we've got. Oh, excuse me. Is that a 1-3? So 1-3. Anyone got a different to a 1-3? I've gone 0-3. Right, Carl Simpson has gone 1-4. Carl 1-4. Richards also a 1-4. Cooper 1-2. Archer 2-3. 2-3. I need to see him wearing it myself, Mikey. It's all right for you guys. I'm trying to do this live show with you, lot, so I'm not going to look at the moment. I will look at it, and once I looked at it and I see it from feast it for my own eyes, I will then go, I'm a made man. 0-2 for Ronnie G. Shemtam 2-2. 1-2 EMF. I've got Alan has gone for a 0-3. Did I have Alan? No, I haven't. Alan is in now. Graham is on a 0-3. Ed M is 2-4. That's James Cart. Ed M's up there. 2-4. Scott C is 2-all. Who am I missing now? Who am I missing? Mikey 1-2. We got Ryan's not here. So James and Chris Peters should be easy enough to find. Chris Peters 1-2. 1-2 for Chris. Dan, are you happy then? Right, I'm looking for James's score. I can't see a score for James. Arch says, I'm going to this game with a Brighton fan, mate. What, are you going tomorrow or are you going to the Brighton game on the 20th? Away. James 0-3. Found you, James. Oh, you're all in, mate. You're cool. Right. You're buzzing, are you, sir? You're buzzing. Okay. The end of the day, Dan, I mean, we've spoken offline. The end of the day, you know me. You know the conversations we've had. I'm just as cool as a cucumber. I don't get vexed. I don't go overboard. You know, I just chill and wait for things to happen. If they happen, they do. If they didn't, they don't. At the end of the day, it's Tottenham and it is what it is. 3 days left of the window. Let's see what happens between now and then 3 days. All right. The next game on Sunday, 2 o'clock kickoff again, is Marinakis versus West Ham. Neil says it's a brilliant signing. Adam says they were only waiting for you to stream before announcing, Jose. True, true, true. Who's that, Jose? We don't care anyway. Just do it whilst he's on. Fantastic. Right, we have Drula is in with a 3-0. Sorry, Drula's in with a 3-1. Right, now I've got to find the 3-1s again. I think, yes. He's in a 3-1 as well. Jess and Drula are both a 3-1. Right, I need to go for the 3-1s. Because I've got 3-0s. 3-1. No 3-1s there. No, no, no. Shemtam. Never let me down, Shemtam. On for a 3-1. There we go. Daniel says, this is a sign of intent that gives me hope. This club might finally have learned from past mistakes. And it's being agreed by Neil, what you're saying. Right, I've gone for 3-0. Has anyone else gone for 3-0 below me? Above me. Edem, Razzle Dazzle. Okay. Razzle Dazzle and Edem have both gone for a 3-0. Razzle Dazzle, 3-0. Eltel's gone for 3-0. Any more 3-0s there? Or are we jumping down to 2s and 4s? It could be 4s. 2s. Let's go with 2-0 first. Right, any 2-0s? I know there are some out there, and I'm going to start with the 2-0s from Ian. Let's go for 2-0. I don't know what. Carl, I know it's 2 something. You got West Ham P. So I don't know what the P means. 2-0 for Graham. So Carl, you might need to tell me what that score is, mate. Carl's gone for a 2-0. Is it Carl that I was asking? Carl found it now, mate. 2-0. Chris P has gone 2-0. Carly's gone 2-0. And Sai's gone 2-0. Richard is 2-0. And Archer is 2-0. Richard. Mikey R is 2-0. The thing is, though, guys, and I did say this to Phil P earlier, there's a rumour going around that all this, the paperwork, was signed before midday today. If that's the case, what happens to him tomorrow? If that is the case, what happens to this young man for tomorrow? Does the young man appear as a sub? Or is he completely out of the squad tomorrow? 4-1 for Rakdos, 3-1 for Shemtam. Let's get Shem in there. 3-1 I've already have for Shem. 2-0 for Richard. I've got Ryan G. I must have. James Talk Spurs says 3-1. Ryan went for 2-0. Did I have Ryan? No, I didn't. So Ryan needs to be put in there. Right. So who am I missing now? Right. I need to look for Ronnie Neil Coover. Ronnie Neil Coover, Scott C. Let me go back up to where I am. Scott C 4-0. Top Spurs, Coover. Neil Ronnie. Top Spurs 2-1. Top Spurs, I got you at 2-1. Ronnie 2-1. So it's just Neil and Coover, and I should be able to find them. Okay, so I can't see them at the moment. Hold on, let me just make sure. So it's Neil and Coover that I'm looking for. Neil and Coover. Neil. Neil 4-0. So I've got Neil at 4-0. And then it's Agent Coover. Coover 3-0. Right, I've got Coovers as well. All right, there we go. We have Coover in the house as well. Shabby's got Sonny's number, then says Neil. Agent Mickey Van der Ven says Dan. Ed M says depends if they got preliminary work permit. Only takes about an hour to get one. Neil says, well said again, Daniel. I see a glowing approval from Van der Vaart. Daniel says, I'm going with the narrative. Van der Ven won us that Europa League, and now he's got Xavi Simons. Van der Ven is a legend. Right, penultimate Premier League game taking place at 4:30 on Sunday is Liverpool versus Arsenal. Liverpool versus Arsenal. Chris Peter says, I would have liked to see the number 7 shirt retired personally. 3-2 for Tot Spurs. First man in. With a 3-2. We then have, a 3-2 for Drula. You can see goals. These people can see goals, goals, and goals. 3-2 for Shentan. Popular score is 3-2. Mikey R can see a 3-1. Richard can see the 3-2. (3-1) for Mikey, sorry. Ryan He has gone for a 2 draw. Ryan G, 2-all draw. Ryan G has changed it to 2-1. God, Ryan G, eh? Who we got up there then? 7-0 for Cuba. Oh, Cuba. Go on, Cuba. Cuba. 7-0. 2-1 for James and a 2-1 for Chris Peters. 2-1 for Chris Peters. 2-1 for James. James. 2-1 for Ronnie and a 2-1 for Alan. 2-1. Ronnie, 2-1. 2-1 for Carl. Carl, 2-1. I have a 1-all for Graham. Right, Graham's on a 1-all. Ed M's on a 1-all. Scott C's on a 1-all. Right, I've got the 3-2, 3-2. I've got 3-2, 1-all. Razzle Dazzle, 2-1. Razzle Dazzle, 2-1. I've got Razzle Dazzles in there. Neil, 2-2. Change that one to a 2. That's 2 for Neil. I'm missing anyone up here. Okay, I've got Ian, Archer, Jess. Jess put a scoreline in because I saw it. 3-1 for Jess. 3-1 for Jess. 2-1 Carl Alex. Side dancer 4-1. I don't think I've got Sai scoring there. No, I haven't. 4-1 for Sai. So it's Archer and Ian. Ian's 1-all. And now is Archer. Collins, B's here. Starting with a 1-all here. Yeah, Cole, no worries, mate. So it's 1-all for Colin B. So now I'm missing Archer's score. Archer's coming with a 2-all draw. I think I have everyone for the time being. Let me just make sure. Yeah, because Jack and Ryan are not around at the moment. So we move on to last game of the weekend, which is kind of a weird one. It's Aston Villa versus Palace, and it's on Sunday. And it's kind of weird in the sense that they've done this because they had to squeeze the games into the weekend and television purposes and that. And because they've had to do all this, it means that they end up playing at 7 o'clock. I've gone for a 2-all draw, which I can see has been replicated by quite a few. Archer's gone in at 2-all. Drewler's gone in at 2-all. Eltel's 2-all. Drewler Archer. Anyone else on the 2-all? I thought there's quite a few of us there. Right. 2-2-2-2. Right, so 2-1s. Let me get the 2-1s out of the way that I can see. Ian's coming with a 2-1, so I'll get Ian out of the way. Side dancer is on a 2-1. Get Sai out of the way. Ronnie is on a 2-1. So get Ronnie out of the way. Richard's on a 2-1. Get Richard done. Where far off Richard? I got to Richard. Ian, I've got Sai. I've got Ronnie. I've got Ryan G's gone for a 2-1. So we get Ryan G into a 2-1 as well. Carl Simpson is on a 2-1. Senor Carl, all the way from Kent, 2-1. Jess is 2-1. Jess is 2-1 as well. So we've got Jess. Archer says 2-2. I got your Liverpool Arsenal score already, Archer. You gave me that as a tool earlier as well. Right, I've got to work backwards now. Who have I got? Archer says 2-1. Okay, 2-1 for this game. Okay, got ya. Shemtown 1-2. Shemtown 1-2. 0-2 for Kuba. 0-2 for Kuba. 2 for Alan. 3-1 for Mikey. 3-1 for Mikey. 1-0 for Chris Peters. A 1-2 for James. 1-0 for Scott C. 2 for Colin B. 1-1 for Neil. A 0-0 for the Raz Daz. That's the first 0-0 we've had at the weekend, Darren. A 0-0 for Daz Daz. 2-1, 2-1. 1-1 for Ed M. Right, 1-1 for Ed M. Right, where's Graham? Graham, 1-1 for Graham as well. Totspurs, 3-1. I believe that we now have the Premiership games done and dusted, as far as I'm aware. We move on to the first bonus game of the weekend, which is being played on Saturday at 4 o'clock. And it is between Lorient and Lille. French League, Lorient versus Lille. Scott C's going for a 1-2. Oh, Scott C. He's going for a 1-2 in this one. Side Dancer has gone for a 1-2. Carl 1-2. Jess 1-2. James 1-2. Richard 1-2. Chris Peters 1-2. Alan 0-1. 2 for Graham. 2-1 for Colin B. 1-3 for Razdaz. 0-2 for Mikey R. 2 for Neil. 0-1 for Edem. Do I not get Edems already? Am I going mad here or what? No, I didn't get Edems in 0-1. Edem 0-1. Ronnie 1-all. Ian Meth 1-all. Top Spurs 2-1. Two one, Kuva 1-2. Am I missing anyone up this way? Okay. Shimtam 2-1. Drooler 1-2. Okay, Drooler I was missing, so I've got Droolers in there. I'm missing Archer. Archer. He would have given me a score, surely, Archer, wouldn't he? Wouldn't he? Surely. Archer. Where are you? No, I can't see a score for Archer. Ryan G and Shemtam. Shemtam 2-1. 2-1 with Shem. Ryan G. No score for Ryan G. No score for Archer. Ryan G and Archer are the two people I'm missing. 0-2 for Ryan G. He's just come in, so it wasn't I was missing it. And Archer is nowhere to be seen. If I come and have a look, Jose, can you see Archer there? No, Jose, Archer is not there. Right, Archer, don't know where you are, mate, but we're going to move on. So this was the 4 o'clock game. Second bonus game of the weekend is a game taking place at 8 o'clock in the evening, and it's Excelsior versus Twente. Excelsior versus Twente. Excelsior versus Twente. Is this when everyone's Googling the Dutch league? Alan's gone for 0-1. Dutch league on Google. 1-0 for Colin B. Colin B. 1-0. Mikey Romero, I can see he's also gone for a 1-0. A 0-3-4. Sai. 1-2 for Archer. Okay, I got you, Archer. That's for the last game. Fantastic. Tot Spurs is also going in for a 1-2 here. Tot Spurs has gone in for a 1-2. Where's Tot Spurs? 1-2 for Tot Spurs. Okay. Right, 0-3 for Sai. Right, 0-4 for Razzle Dazzle. Razzle Dazzle is up there. He's got 0-4. Side dancer 0-3 and a 0-4. Any more? 1-4, 1-4, 0-2, 0-2, 0-1. Neil says 0-2. A 0-2. Side doesn't need Google. He's a connoisseur of European football. Ronnie 0-2. Ronnie 0-2. There's some more there, weren't there? Ian Meth 0-2. Graham 0-2. Jess 0-2. Drew Latter 0-2. Scott C 0-2. Right, so it's the people that listen I haven't got. All right, these people at this end I haven't got. So who have I got here? There's a 1-3 from James. Let's try some 1-3 from James. There we go, James 1-3. Razzle Dazzle Norfolk 1-3 for Carl. Carl 1-3. Archer 1-3. One for Edem. 1-4 for Edem. 2 for Richard. Excelsior 0-1 for Kuva. Next week, people, just going to tell you now, next week there is International Week. So International Week brings us bonus predictions. We will have 20 games chosen randomly from around the world next week because there are no games in the major leagues. So therefore, next week's the fun part. It'll be 20 games of teams you've never heard of, possibly, unless your Google merchants are out there. You probably wouldn't have heard of any of the teams that we'll have next week, or you might have done if we did them last year. Anyway, that Neil says I've been watching English football for over 60 years and I still can't predict them. Right, the last game and the third game before I do the rollbacks for Colin B for this weekend is a game that's being kicked off at 8:30 on Saturday evening, and it's between Sporting Club Portugal versus Oporto. Sporting Club Portugal versus Oporto. I watch Eredivisie all the time, and this was a game that I'd love to predict both teams to lose without scoring, says Kuba. That would be interesting as usual, says Neil. And Sai says, I'm looking forward to the Ugandan Prem. Yeah, but if Uganda are playing in the AFCON, in the African Nations qualifiers, then there'll be no Premiership games from Uganda either. This is what happens. All the leagues closed down. Last year, I was picking women's games in Austria, tier 4 women games and stuff like that. It comes from absolutely everywhere. Honestly, we shall have a laugh next week. I've not looked into it, but I've got to find 20 games next week, and it should be fun. So the first bumper, where people can gain loads of points, play catch up, whatever you need to do, will be next week. Drula has come in with 2-1 for this game, so I'm going to start off with Drula, and anyone else that's got a 2-1. Shemtam has also got a 2-1. So it's Drula and Shemtam. I have Carl Simpson at 2-1. So I put Carl in there at 2-1. I have Razzle Dazzle at 2-1. Razzle Dazzle at 2-1. I also have Ronnie at 2-1. Ronnie, you're in at 2-1. I have Jess in at 2-1. I have Ed M at 2-1. I have Tot Spurs in at 2-1. I have Side Dancer in at 2-1. Who else have we got? People are shooting. When you shoot, make sure you hit the old like. I know most of you do, but hit the like button on the way out. It all helps. Right, 1, 2, 2. Right, so let me go to the 1-2s. So Ian, what did Ian go for? I'm just working myself down. It's easier. Ian's got a retool draw. Graham has gone for a tool draw. Anyone else got a tool draw? They seem to be quite catchy, these tool draws. No, Graham. 3-3, Ian 2-2. 2 3s. 1-2-2-0. Okay, so I don't know where they are, them ones. Alan has gone 2-0. Two 2-0 for Alan. Ryan G's gone 1-2. Free classic for Kuva. Free classic for Kuva. Let me find Kuva. 3-3. 2-3 for Mikey R. Mikey, thank you very much. It was nice to catch up with you on a live because for the last 2 weeks you've had to leave them on the stream after the shows. But it's nice having you here, mate. 1-3 for Richard. A 1-all for Archer. I've got a 2-1 for Tot Spurs. Did I do Tot Spurs already? I did. Tot Spurs already. LM 2-1, just 2-1. Then 2-2-1. 3-3 for Neil. Neil can also see goals. There's Neil. I found Neil on a 3-all draw. Who else am I looking for? Where's Chris Peters? Give me a 1-all draw, Chris. Get Chris out of the way and done. Right, what's Colin B giving me? Colin B's gone 0-2. Scott C has gone 1-0. That's Mr. Scott C on a 1-0. I am missing James. What's James giving me? He would have given. James always gives me a score. 1-0 for James. I think I have all of you that are playing at the moment. Anybody that's new that's playing, right? Jack, you're going to have to do the catch-ups. You're back just in time. Jack, I'll tell you when you're included, all right? So listen out for when you're included. But for the time being, this is for Colin Blackshaw, right? Colin, Chelsea versus Fulham. I'll let you know when you're back in, Jack. So Colin at the moment is the only person, unless there's anyone new that's decided to play. 3-1. Okay. Right. Colin, game number 2 for you, mate, is Man United versus Burnley. Man United, Burnley. Neil, you're done, mate. You're sorted. You're in. Just remember, as you leave people, make sure you hit that like button. Take care, everyone that's leaving. Four 0. Right, Colin B again. Colin B again. Sunderland, Brentford, please, Colin. Results show for this currently is at 10 o'clock on Monday evening. It may change to Tuesday depending on what happens with the transfer activity on Monday night. I might change it to a Tuesday afternoon stream instead. Right, Jack and Colin, you're both in now. Tottenham versus Bournemouth. Jack and Colin. Three 0 with Jack and a 3-2 for Colin. Yeah, I will do, Ian. When are you next down for the next game, Ian? Because it was really good meeting you, mate, the other day. But when are you next down for your next game? 3-0 for Jack Spurs, 3-2 for Colin B. Right, Colin and Jack again. Wolves versus Everton, please. 1-2 for Jack Spurs. 1-2 for Colin B. Both you gentlemen again. And the next game for you guys is Leeds and Newcastle, please. Leeds versus Newcastle for both of you. 2-2 for Jack. 2-0 for Colin B. The next game for you two gentlemen is Brighton versus Man City, please. Brighton, Man City. Jack has gone for a 0-4. Colin B, 2-4. The next game for you two gentlemen will be Nottingham Forest versus West Ham. Four 0 for Jack. 3-0 for Colin. Colin, you're done. Jack, for you, mate. Liverpool versus Arsenal for Jack. Two two for Jack. 2-2 for Jack. No worries, Cole. You take care, mate. Have a good one. Villa versus Palace, please, Jack. Villa versus Palace. Three one with Jack. Let me find Jack again. 3-1. Right, that's the Premiership games done, Jack. 3 bonus games this weekend. The first one, tomorrow at 4 o'clock, is between Lorient and Lille. Lorient versus Lille, please. Zero three. All right, second bonus game of the weekend, Jack. It's tomorrow at 8 p.m. and it's between Excelsior and Twente. Three 0 to Jack. And the last game of the weekend is tomorrow at 8:30 in the evening, and it's the third and final game. Is Sporting Club Portugal versus Oporto. Three two. Three two to Jack. Let me just put Jack in there. Oops. 3-2. Right. Okay. I'm just putting everyone else out the way. Right, peoples, thank you very much for tuning in. That is game week 3 done. I wish each and every one of you a really, really good weekend. I'm back on Sunday for the midday show with Chang, where we talk Tottenham. Obviously, there will be quite a bit to talk about, signings that may happen between now and then, and also about our match tomorrow. So please tune in on Sunday at 12. And on your way out, if you haven't done so already, hit the like for the stream. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. And if you want to become a member, it's pinned in the chat. Member means that you can play these games. But as I always say to everyone, is take care of yourselves and come on, you Spurs.
Tell, Cockerell, he's just a true guy. You'll have a true time. Tell, Cockerell, leave your troubles at the door. You know the game, you know the score. We're here to have fun, so holster that gun and read the writing on the wall. The Predictions League, done every week. It just goes on and 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 on. Why do I always get it wrong? Tell, Cockerell, he's just a chill guy. You'll have a chill time. Tell, Cockerell. Jose gets himself around, always talking Spurs wherever he is found, home or away. He always tips to win, throws the form book in the bin with a cheeky knowing grin. Tell, Cockerell, he's just a chill guy. You'll have a chill time. Tell, Cockerell. The Predictions League, done every week. It just goes on and on and on and on. Why do I always get it wrong? Every time I play along. Tell, Cockerell, the show is so chilled. Your time is well filled. If you want good friendly chat, then here's where it's at. Tell, Cockerell. It just goes on and 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 on. Why do I always get it wrong? Tell, Cockerell, the show is so chill. Your time is well filled. If you want good friendly chat, then here's where it's at.